Hello, y'all. This is Dixie Jane, Comic Relief. Y'all that know me know that I like to try not to take things too seriously. This coronavirus is very serious. Don't get me wrong. But I want to talk about a component of it that to me is silly. Hoarding of toilet paper. I guess that means that we now need a lesson on how to use the toilet paper correctly. Now this is little Doo-Doo, my little toilet paper friend. He has different needs than my little Pee-Pee. Now this is Pee-Pee. She'd say hello if she could, but she can't. So, I'm going to give you a lesson in where toilet paper came from and really how to use it. Because apparently people are using too much. Now, did you know that in 1857, a New York entrepreneur named Joe Gaiety, he invented toilet paper. It was mass-produced for $12 for a sheet of 500. A roll of sheet of 500. Do you know how much that would be in today's world? Now, before toilet paper, we had other things. And these are things that you can use today if you run out of your toilet paper. They were a little painful, but they did the trick. And most of this was done before indoor plumbing. Remember, we had indoor plumbing around 1920. Then things changed with toilet paper. People used to use wood shavings to wipe their heinies, hay, rocks, corn cobs, and magazines. Now, I'll tell you, when I was a kid and we ran out of toilet paper, my mother would hand me 2 sheets from the Sears catalog. And what we did was we took the sheets and we rubbed them together like this. Now, if you rub them enough, they will actually get soft. And then you could use them for toilet paper. But then you need to put them in the trash can and not the toilet. Boy, it looks like I got me some toilet paper in this dress, but I don't. Now, the only problem, she'd give us the Sears catalog and 2 pages out of that. If you were having any sexual activity and you were doing doggy style, you had to be careful because the print could come off on your hiney and it might say, buy one, get one free. That would be funny, but very, how do I put it, shocking to see. Now, the other thing that they used before indoor plumbing was the Farmer's Almanac. In fact, it had a hole in the corner to hang up on a nail in the outhouse. I bet y'all didn't know that. Also, in spite of using rocks and corn cobs and magazines, ancient Romans used a sponge on a stick that sat in a bucket with salt water. And And it was to be used by the entire family. Yuck. I guess you would just swoosh it around in there till it got clean and then shake it and the next person would use it. Boy, am I glad we're not in those times. Also, they would use leaves. Now, I'm sure some of you is taking a dump in the woods, so you already know about the leaves. They would use rags, which we have today. You could take a washcloth and use it yourself. Wash it out real good and just keep it in your room just for your needs, and everybody could have their own washcloth. If we, in fact, run out of toilet paper. They also used moss for their general needs. Boy, Moss Point's not going to be short on their toilet paper, are they? This kind of thing was less painful than the rocks and the corn cobs and the wood shavings. Ooh, I can't imagine. Wealthy people use wool, lace, and other fabrics to take care of their, what can I call it? Number 2 needs. By the way, you know those socks that you lost in the dryer and you only have one of now? You can use them to wipe yourself if you need to. How about that? Who knew? The actual original idea for toilet paper, y'all won't believe this, but I looked it up, came from China. They used to use a 3 by 4 foot piece of paper and break it up. Toilet paper started being used more in 1920 when indoor plumbing came along. And it's still being used today. But that doesn't mean you can't use the other stuff they used years ago.